D&D.
Alright, noir style. And from Pastiche's point of view. Whenever you're ready.
I mean, you know, there was a conversation with a few individuals. Led to some information about a certain artist holding a certain artist. Some other stuff happened, but you know, that guy's got things I need. It's kind of what's important. Gonna go get Vera.
Gonna go call my...
Yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what happened from Pastiche's mind. So as the five of you are in this lecture hall, everyone has made their way out except for you five lingering behind, opting to speak with Merchant Prince Nezev Monaco, also Professor Monaco, as he teaches and instructs and lectures here at Zozo Academy. Makayla in the back, having a snooze. Chuman also reclining.
Technically can, right? Because you had the
Yeah,
had the copy.
all five of you are immune.
Pretending to snooze.
Yeah, pretending to snooze.
Just
laying
resting
down.
eyes. Yeah.
Even though Makayla had the cafe instead, it is, as such, you are immune to sleep for the next few hours. Chuman reclining, feet up on the desk, I think.
No.
And-
He's just feet on the ground. He's just kind of like watching Nezev and the rest.
watching the scene ahead of you, and that scene is Andy and Twig, along with a Xalia feather, or a feathered Xalia, having a chat with the local lecturer, and Nezev was convinced. He obliged happily to dispel the magics that had been affecting Andy somehow or another. We're not sure how we got there, how this transpired. There's a gap in Pastiche's memory where after this, this condition was inflicted upon them. So happily, with a snap of his fingers, plop, and a splatter of paint, the art-collecting merchant prince dispelled the magic butterflies and the magic question mark frog, and also restored Pastiche's existence back to normal. Now registering as a humanoid once again. And he brought Twig up, and also Xalia as Feather. Nezev nods, admiring his work. There. Much better, I think. How do you feel?
Pastiche sort of pats themselves down. Better, thank you.
Excellent. He looks over at this kind of goopy feather once again, and then
Marginally gooped.
marginally gooped, and tilts his head. Why, Feather, you don't usually deign to attend my lectures. What's the occasion?
Xalia is going to. Fuck, I don't remember if Xalia how much Xalia knows. Fuck, brain. Work with
Could
me.
solve it by rolling a dice.
She's probably just gonna. She doesn't. She's aware that Feather was looking for a book. She's probably not aware of the exact book, right?
You heard that. You overheard the conversation between Feather as she tried to explain her way out of trouble with Effie, and she did name the book. Sorry, she did describe what the book was about. If you need.
Right, I remember Xalia's plan.
Glad I could jog your memory.
Yeah, she does not have actual fire, but she will minor illusion a small fire in her hand.
Oh. Zev smiles. Excellent. I see that we are proceeding. Then he pauses mid-sentence and then looks at Andy again. Andy, his gaze is towards your chest, where there is a flash of fire blazing. Zev brings his thumb to his lips and licks it, and says, "Oh, I appear to have missed a spot." And he snaps his finger again. And he's going to attempt to dispel magic on you again. Targeting the flame. Let's see. This is not a 3rd level spell or lower, so we're going to make an ability check using a spellcasting ability. Oh, that was supposed to be hidden. I'll make it again.
Oh no! Knowing what a spell does?
No, not the spell, but just the roll. All right. There is a spectrum of color that attacks the the flame. It flickers for a moment, but it remains. He furrows his brow.
This one is okay, I think.
Okay, what do you mean you're on fire? He'll,
Well, it doesn't bother me.
Snaps his fingers again. Oops, no, not that. Stop it. This is really kicking his ass? Okay. Alright.
Xalia's gonna do a feather like, nah. Just cross her arms and do an expression.
You get a +1 to the next d20 you roll, Xalia. That's funny. He tries again, and then he attempts, like, it looks like he puts more might in it, and there's like a little bit more flair in his wrist motion. He puts some pizzazz on it, but again, the flame burns brightly, and he appears to be stymied. He scoffs. What?
Really, Mr. Monaco, I've come to like this one. I think I'll keep it.
He is silent. He doesn't reply to you for a moment. Like there's a pause. He slowly raises his chin and quickly exhales out of his nose, just... Alright, well... Forgive me, I seem to have lost myself. Where are my manners? You are, and he looks at Twig and gestures a palm upwards towards Twig.
Twig just gives a nod, says, Twig, I was hoping you would still be alright with teaching me sometime.
Yes. Teaching. Yes, it's coming back to me now. In fact, please forgive me, Andy, and your companion. I must have forgotten that you are... Looks over at Xalia Feather. Part of the plan now.
Xalia just kind of gives him a glare, like an exhausted eye roll glare.
Indeed, you've traveled far. Let us indeed. I shall invite you over for dinner. Please forgive my manners. You traveled quite some distance. Even at my behest, I asked you to come. Please forgive me. I will make time for you. Indeed. I invite you over for dinner tonight. Feather, we will simply cut it a little close with your club meeting.
Tonight? Oh, well...
Yes, Andy, it reminds me that you are part of this plan, after all, that we had established over in Tritosk. You see, we need your assistance. And thus, I realized and remembered that I had not had much time to explain the particulars of your involvement, and I suppose neither has Feather, judging by your countenance, Andy. So, indeed, I invite you over. What do you like? I'll have Shoes whip it up. Shoes is one of my attendants, you see.
Pastiche sort of looks around. Well, we did have prior engagements. We might be a little bit late to your dinner party. Pastiche looks at Xalia.
As follows your gaze.
She's like not even looking at you right now. I mean, Pastiche should probably tell she is in fact looking at you from the base of her neck, but the feather face is not looking at you.
You're certain tonight is okay?
Yes, I have a club meeting, but I suppose I can, like I said, I'll make time. It will be cutting it close, sure, but a nice, candid dinner will get your energy back up, surely. And afterwards, we can all jaunt to the club meeting together. You're a part of it, after all. Smiles, nods.
I will certainly do my best to be there, but I must reiterate, our plans for tonight were quite important. I'll have to check with the rest of the party, and Pastiche kind of looks back toward Chuman and Makayla.
Human just gives a soft wave.
Makayla is sort of looks kind of bored.
Pastiche sort of collects himself, stands up straight. We will be there.
Great. We'll see you in a... Turns around, like, looks at the window for a moment. You can see he comes back facing towards you, and, like, his eyes kind of, like, roll up in his, like, in a clear, thinking face. An hour? 2 hours? I'll have everything prepared for you then.
That sounds great. And Pastiche kind of reaches down,
While they're talking
pushes
to
Twig towards him.
while they're talking to Twig and Pastiche, Zayla's just gonna walk away. Gonna make an audible sigh as she walks away, just straight for the door. Fast as she can manage.
Alright. That's cool. Roll me nothing. Never mind.
I was so excited to say I get +1 on this.
Pastiche kind of pats Twig on the back, pushes him towards Nazev. And my friend, he is invited too, yes?
Actually, Xalia, roll me performance.
Okay.
With
I get
advantage.
+1 on this.
Yeah,
Okay.
You also get advantage because you're currently feather.
I'm imagining this as the Disco Elysium, slip away unnoticed.
14.
Okay. Alright. Thank you.
No problem.
I like it. As Xalia as feather saunters away. that might be the correct word. I was trying to pick it out. Sorry. Your friend? Here, Twig. Sure.
Twig nods.
Sure. Anyone you choose to bring along, the more the merrier, I think. But if you could give me a head count so I can make the proper food arrangements. Make sure there's no victuals to go around, of course.
Pastiche, like, turns around, looks at Xalia Feather, leaving.
Yep.
Yeah?
She's gone.
There will be 5 of us.
Twig, are you also turning around, looking at Xalia, leaving you alone?
I'd probably
for
be
yourself.
I'd probably be following Andy's gaze,
Okay.
just glancing back, but not like focusing on her or anything.
Okay. 5? A regular entourage, he says after a pause. Alright. Definitely doable. I'll have the placemats set out and everything.
Your generosity is appreciated, sir.
Certainly. He smiles at you.
Pastiche smiles back.
I do my utmost to be generous. As you smile back, Andy, and as it like goes to reach out and offer his hand in a handshake, There is a horrible noise from behind you.
Uh-oh.
Coming from Makayla. Makayla, you are startled by a sudden buzzing. This horrible, like, rapid, pulsing buzz that goes in and out. Coming from your person, it appears...
I take out the sending stone.
Yep.
Mikhail would answer it. She'd like get up very suddenly and like hold it up to her ear and sort of like step away, like sort of start walking out of the room, just like, hello, yes.
You see Xalia feather melt back into Xalia outside the door.
Yeah. You get around behind the door and you're accompanied by Xalia as Xalia. And in your ear is the dulcet tone of Shreka. Your reservation is available. Come on.
Right now? Are we good to go right now?
There's no response.
Hello? Like shake it a little bit back up. Like, hello? Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of rude. Turns to Xalia. Looks like. Oh, I don't know. You weren't there. We have a meeting with the Merchant King now. Apparently, we were just waiting for his call. I don't think he's technically supposed to be in the city, so don't necessarily tell people he's here. Though I don't.
Xalia stares at you.
Yeah, I know. Just filling you in. Jeez. And goes back back into the room to collect people. So like taps Chuman on his shoulder and sort of gives him like a "we're going" kind of sign, and then would sort of start walking up to Andy and Twig. And just like would the three of them still be talking, or would they just be like looking at me?
Yeah, you enter back in. They appear to be making small talk.
Yeah. Kayla would interrupt and be like, sorry to interrupt. Great lesson. But I have to take these two away now. We have a meeting now. So, if you excuse us.
Oh, yes. Certainly. I think we were all just about on our way.
Yes, of course.
And everything.
And if our meeting is now, then we may not be so late for that dinner party after all.
What?
I can only...
Dinner what?
hope.
Alright. Kayla. So it's head back.
Well then, I suppose now is come to say Chitty bye. Chitty bye.
Yes, thank you again. We'll see you at your place. Let's call it 2 hours.
Right. See you then. I hope that any of my lecture that you happened to saunter in on was helpful for you. Nods. Folds his hands.
Man is going to start backing away.
Backing away.
Like like walking backward.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Occasionally nodding,
Yeah.
doing small bows.
Doing a 360 and walking away.
Yeah, as you do a 360 and begin backing away, Zev nods at you and turns away from you two. Chuman, you also see this. Zev has all of these benches full of stuff, like art supplies and other like presentation supplies. And he makes a motion of swiping, just like slapping everything towards it. All of it careens off of the bench, falls off. It makes a crashing noise, but it disappears off of the bench and does not hit the floor. He does that for the next bench. And then dusts his hands.
I think Chuman will probably just take notes of it. He'll probably look at Nazef before leaving to kind of like see if he can get an idea of what might be happening.
Okay, you can roll Arcana.
Questions? $13.
13, okay. As you're watching this, you do realize that he is casting a spell. But he is not like chanting anything. He doesn't say any magical words like your friends often do. It looks like he's just doing this huge motion. There's a wave of color behind, like stretching, kind of like a lightsaber as he swishes his hand. And it looks like he's shunting these objects somewhere else. But you're not quite sure what the spell is, or how he's able to accomplish it, or like how powerful the spell is. But you recognize that he's achieving this through magic.
Okay. Yeah, I think with that, when Andy and Twig catch up, and then Chuman's gonna just follow out.
Okay. So the 5 of you are now outside this lecture hall, standing in the hallway. There's people hustling and bustling around past you. You've all collected yourself. Xalia is back to her normal appearance for the 3 that just came out. What would you like to do?
Like to head back.
I think we're
Well, I guess-
following Makayla.
Yeah, I guess we're heading back to the lobby? Because we're in the same building, right?
It is.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find, I suppose, the lobby to get back.
Okay. Roll me a survival check for fun.
Okay. Oops, sorry. There we go.
You're not a minotaur. You don't know the way.
I truly do not know the way.
All right.
7.
Remembering that. Hey, wait a minute. That office is in the same building. You begin maneuvering around the expanse of the Zozo Academy, and it takes you some time before you do eventually find it. It just takes a little longer than normal. If you if you remember where it was. So just 10, 20, 30 extra minutes of wandering around, seeing all the sights of all these students running around, different magics being cast, these huge whiteboards that people are always cluttering, like just swarming these whiteboards, just everywhere. People carrying books. You see the little, you see the little gecko, like the little yellow gecko dude with the huge blue hat and the different assortment of fruit snacks around his staff, just walking around. You see someone trip, stumble, and then bagoosh, all of their elixirs go everywhere.
Oof.
There's a huge spill. People start screaming and running.
Oh no. What were they cooking?
Not enough, clearly.
As smoke begins rising from the hallway. And a creature begins to form.
I hastily move away from that area. Like I have to take a detour, it delays us.
Yep. I also need you to roll initiative.
There is no combat. Two.
Where am I? There am I.
This is...
Oh, let me roll it actually.
Gotta go.
Not that much better.
Okay, 1, 2... Alright, as you see this Makayla, this creature vaguely resembling...
As you see this, Makayla,
there is a creature that hulks out of this ooze that was accidentally spilled as people go screaming and running everywhere. What was it you said you do? You take a detour?
It's one of those like... No, if I see like an actual creature or something, Makayla would try to help and probably deal with it, I guess. She wouldn't just like walk away and leave that to someone else.
Okay.
Like some actual like monster abomination come out of it.
Alright, everyone else, you see Makayla start taking a ready stance and begin to move towards assisting this fallen person. What would you like to do?
Zayla's gonna. Well, what is it? What is it? What sort of beastie is coming out?
It looks like some kind of ooze monster.
That's pretty sick.
As it takes more, as the seconds go by, it appears to be some kind of like humanoid hulking a bit. It appears to slurp backwards into a pair of curvy horns.
Chuman's just gonna watch. Gonna kind of lean on the side of a wall, observe a bit.
There it is. Okay.
How far away is this thing?
You are probably 30 feet away down the hall. It's a long hall.
Okay.
Let's see here. You guys are apparating into existence. Hang on.
Evaporating.
Oops. Couldn't figure. There's light here. Sorry, I canceled this scene. I didn't think we would actually be here. Let's see here. You guys basically have the first turn.
Sure.
Is is what I'm saying. As I import your.
Thalia's gonna minor illusion a goop friend for it.
Okay. Haha! I used a new feature. Unlike combat, linear combat, so I can move encounters around between maps.
That's cool. Was that just like new base in Foundry?
Yeah.
Cool.
Come up.
So you guys,
Pastiche is just gonna
currently
start walking towards this thing.
Yeah, it's currently a group. Oops, no, you're not hidden. Unhide. As your team feverishly tries to put together a.
Yeah, we're just chilling out with them. Having a good time.
The ooze monster is right around here where the ping is.
That's a very furry ooze monster.
That's not.
I don't think that's not the.
That's the poor unfortunate student.
Oh, okay.
Are they like being backed up? Like, are they being cowed by this ooze, or are they just like? What is like?
Okay, we ball. Fuck
happening
it.
to them?
It is currently rising out of the ooze. It is formulating its integrity. The student is on the ground, sobbing, looking up. As the music changes as you begin fighting it.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it's happened. That's what happens.
It's fucking illegal.
Nope. Perfectly legal. Here you go.
I mean,
There are many.
Pastiche is just gonna take a few steps towards it, try to get a gauge of its demeanor.
Okay. There are many like elixir
Manifest
puddles
it being
on the
a marine.
ground. Yeah, and this one forms full. It like flaps oozy wings, just, and it looks like it's made out of some spicy material.
Spicy material.
Oh yeah.
Hey, would that be magma spice or?
It's suddenly very hot in the room. Yeah.
Wonder.
I think Twig's gonna like. Let me see how much movement I have. To drag someone's not an action. It's just taxes your movement, right?
It's an action. Sorry, it's an action to take a special attack action to grapple.
To grapple. Okay.
But moving them is not an action. That's just your movement.
I think Twig is gonna double dash to run up to this student and just start trying to drag them away from the goop.
Okay, doke. So you run up and grab them. They don't resist you. So yeah, you can like they don't appear to be cognizant of your immediate space because you have suddenly rushed up to them. They're busy looking up in horror as this creature rises from the ooze and like bats its wings, like some speckles of liquid get on their muzzle. This kind of like cat person. So yeah, you grab a hold of them. So you bonus action dash. Is that correct?
It would just be a bonus action to get this far. Could I like help them to their feet, maybe?
Yeah, you can do that. Use your action
Sure.
to help them up.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That is
I'll, like-
absolutely a thing you can do.
I'll tell them to maybe get out of here.
Okay. They kind of stammer. No, I have to clean this up.
Twig doesn't really know what to say to that.
Speaking of cleaning up,
Mhm.
How do you intend to do that? She'll like yell. She can hear.
let's see here. There is some nastiness coming out of this creature. It warbles towards you, Twig. Hiya! You are splashed with evil milk.
No.
I need you to make a
Not evil
dexterity
milk.
throw. Dexterity save.
Fucking evil milk.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's-
the cat person
that's
just
fancy.
barely dives out of the way. Since you helped them up, dang, Twig.
both just barely
so
make
it's a
it.
10. Okay. This viscous substance whisks towards you as you are suddenly not there anymore. Well, as you dive out of the way at the last second. That's more like an 8 and a 10. As you dive out of the way at the last moment, in the spot that you just were is this sizzling, bubbly sound. Just and the ground fizzles away as there is now a hole in the ground of the hallway that you're in. That's its turn. Which brings us to Xalia, Makayla, and Chuman.
Hi. I would like to kind of wander up and provide the method with a minor illusion friend.
Oh yeah.
Minor illusion right here. Method friend.
No, there are two of them.
Now there's two.
It's split. It's
You watch in
multiple.
horror as as another one apparates into existence. There's a JPEG of another ooze monster method next to it.
Uh-huh.
One wasn't enough. Do you have anything for? Go ahead, Kayla.
I mean, it's like clearly like melting things, right?
Yeah, it's clearly a sizzling.
Okay.
It is clearly harmful to others.
I can't actually even get to it. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, we'll get close.
Yeah.
Get up to, like, close enough to, I guess, be in distance of the student. You know, hold position, bless up, you know the vibes. And then sort of yell over the thing to the student. Do you know? Wait. Is there any way you know to remove this thing?
They use their reaction to respond to you. Yes, you must clean it up. It's just like any other mess.
With? Is anything here specifically for? Is this a common occurrence?
Anything! You can see they're clearly starting to panic.
And here I thought the school would be prepared for emergencies. Right. I mean, I don't really need to. not really much to do in terms of action, so I'll just wait.
Okay.
Okay.
You can ready an action if you like.
I mean, I already have reaction if it if it moves this way.
Okay. All right.
So I don't really need to.
Have a
Okay. Then the only person left is Chuman, as the cat person.
Actually,
I got a mechanical question. If I summon Wildfire Spirit on it, would it absorb the monster?
Roll Arcana.
I have a mechanical action actually. If I were to ready an attack,
I roll wrong one.
would it still? It wouldn't have all like my extra stuff on it, right? Even though it's like a regular attack.
You may,
because it's not my turn when I do it.
You ready the attack action, and then when the triggering mechanism happens, you make the attack action. So
is the attack is an attack of opportunity also an attack action?
No, it's an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
6.
Okay. You're not sure.
So
it looks like it's definitely like some kind of like magical elixir that is eating away at solids. You're not sure if your Wildfire Spirit is going to interact poorly or positively with that. You're not sure. You don't know.
I don't think she may. Other than moving forward some, that's about all the Chuman is going to do. It's kind of just like watching the situation.
Okay. Cat person runs this way. And opens the door and to a janitor closet. Mops spill out, rags, buckets spill out as they dive into the sanitation supplies and come back out with a washcloth. Which brings us to Pastiche and Twig. Sorry, at the top of the round. There are multiple puddles of elixir spilled on the ground. Another one rises.
Oh no.
Its angular, narrow head rises from the elixir. Its super duper, like Pinocchio nose, almost as long as the rest of its body, rises out as it stands up valiantly in a puddle of slurp juice.
Slurp juice, the most dangerous of all entities.
And it joins the fight. So Pastiche and Twig.
Noting the mess being made, Pastiche decides to add to the pile, fling some green paint through the air, and attempts to hit the methods with their own medicine.
Okay. So there's 3. No, never mind. Sure, you fling some paint in the air. They fail horribly. Go ahead and roll some damage. Golly. Let's see. They react poorly to this. Whatever chemical concoction, when you introduce acid to it, makes them explode.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Cool.
It's fine. I'll be fine.
Fine. Just dodge.
Oh.
Yeah.
One delusion, it's fine.
Twig,
Oh.
Twig, you take 9 acid damage.
Fine.
as there is just an uncontrolled science experiment gone wrong that explodes and fizzles and pops next to you. This one, it actually causes off a chain reaction. That's not quite how combustibles work, but kaboom, this one also explodes again. Boom, that one dies. It fizzles apart, just making liquid slurpy noises. Somehow... Pastiche, somehow you defeated one, the new one. With some kind of freak chain reaction. Twig, what would you like to do?
First, I'm gonna wipe some of the slurp juice off me.
That's probably a good idea. That uses
Brain
your
needs
action.
melting.
That uses your action to do that.
There's like a few more splotchy spots on Twig's feathers. Are there any more like puddles on the ground that extra one came out of?
There are several more.
Alright, I think Twig's gonna disengage and take a couple steps back and see if there are any like mops or brooms left.
Okay, there are.
Pick
Yeah.
up.
There's just spilling out of this closet. It looks like the person who stocked this janitor closet did not do it very well. When it was opened, all of it came spilling out. So there's
Twig's
brooms, mops everywhere, and they're all on the ground.
Twig's gonna pick up a mop.
Okay.
Can I do like a flourish with it, like it's a quarterstaff?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah. Twig grabs a mop in his talons, spins it around, mimicking Makayla that you've seen her do quite a few times. And you lower your hips down into a stance, and you're ready to.
Makayla, mop warrior.
you're ready to clean up their act.
He's just gonna start moving towards the nearest puddle.
Okay. Slurp juice. Let's see here.
The slurp juice needs apes to apply to.
It needs what to apply to?
Apes.
Apes?
Apes. Do you know where slurp juice comes from?
No, I just
Oh,
know
no.
the word slurp juice, and I think it's a funny word. I didn't know it actually had a thing.
I don't remember the exact phrasing. Someone please get it.
Okay.
No.
Well,
I just know it's in Fortnite.
there is an unfortunate thing that happens. This vaguely creature-shaped slurp juice looks like it inhales. Its area below its neck bulges, and then it hawks just the biggest loogie at Makayla and exhales a torrent of.
Ew.
It appears as if some bad stuff is. It looks like it's
Ew.
vomiting on you. So I need a dexterity
Ew.
throw.
Right. DC 11. Easy.
Easy.
Anyway, that's where I know slurp juice from. Is this?
You see this happen at just the right moment, and you realize what's going on. You take a couple steps back to avoid the brunt of to avoid the brunt of the
Nice
barf.
shield.
Yeah. But unfortunately, being a liquid, it splashes onto you, and it still gets like all over your ankles and shins and shoes, and it burns something deep. It's like eating away at your skin, and you still take a damage because it rolled 2 1s.
It's just kind of like a mild sting.
Like an annoying ow.
It's like you like rubbing alcohol on a like an open cut.
Yeah.
Ooh, ew.
Yeah. Ooh, ah, ee. Which brings us to the rest of the group.
I mean, Makayla will just walk up and just kind of see if she can hit this thing.
Okay. Go for it.
And just kind of, actually hitting it would have any real effect.
24 hits.
Mm-hmm. Right. 14.
Dang, 14 damage? What the heck?
Yeah, I got dueling now.
Dang.
I do
How's that map?
very, very high base damage.
You
5 plus 2.
You win.
Yeah, kind of hit it and like it splatters near Twig with the mop.
Okay, indeed. Yeah, so you hit it and like you bonk it on the head, and your blessed your blessed step just goes all the way down, and it bisects the sludge, and you appear to have destroyed its integrity. Is no longer able to hold its form. However, it's liquid, so it splashes on you. I need a dexterity save.
Oh, does it though? Because I use the thing, my feature, Gathering Storm, to move back 5 feet.
Oh,
After I hit it.
dang.
That's
I'm already gone.
congratulations. After it splashed itself on you prior, you know what's coming up. And after it exploded with the acid from Pastiche's assault, you know what's coming up. And after you slap this thing in twain and reduce it back to liquid, you use your spectral vultures to kite yourself backwards away from the splash zone.
It's like looks like a Castlevania like backdash.
Yeah. And you do not get splashed. Well done.
Quick Twig with the mop.
Yeah, there appears to be a brief moment where only one
There's still one left.
friend remains. It is slightly translucent and obviously an illusion cast by Xalia, as it was also puked on by the juice breath, and it just went through and whizzed through it.
It's gonna just start spinning because there's no other one for it to sit next to.
Okay. There is an
And like multiple axes at once.
Yeah, it's just slowly rotating.
Cool. 75 can be cleaned up for the ride.
Alright. With all of you working together, you're able to swiftly cut down with minimal losses of ouchie. of feeling in your fingers as you attack this like acidic, elixiric creatures coming from these broken bottles, and working together along with the student, you clean up the mess. The cat person looks over at you. Thank you very much. That was embarrassing. I have to go. Bye bye. And they run away.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay, well.
I'm more embarrassed than hurt.
Well. At least you would. I feel like at a Magic Academy they would have some sort of precautions or something in place if things like that happen. Can't be that uncommon.
Xalia points to the brooms.
I guess. Anyways, let's get to our meeting.
Yes, we
For that version.
slowly
wouldn't want to be late for dinner.
Thalia Snickers.
What? Why? Do you want to go to this dinner exactly?
Pastiche.
You weren't
That's like
exactly
a little-
enthused to go to his lecture.
Pastiche like looks around the area for any eavesdroppers.
That's a perception check if I ever heard one.
Dang.
Pastiche. See.
You have so many narrative 20s.
Yeah.
You look around. You cast a leery eye because you only have one up and down the hall. The only since what happened definitely cleared out the hall with screams and people fearing for their people fearing for the hair on their skin. The cat person has wandered off. The only intruder into your conversation, the only person that does not belong, is the slowly rotating ooze monster near Makayla.
Lily?
It's just like getting faster, just constantly accelerating.
It is constantly accelerating, apparently. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean to say apparently, but yeah.
You see, Makayla, Nezev has something that I need.
What?
Pastiche looks to Twig. It's something very important.
Twig returns a knowing glance, but doesn't say anything.
Off the distance, you hear a dog barking.
Sorry.
Just down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
It echoes through the corridor.
Dog heard about the slurp juice.
Oh yeah, I posted where I know slurp juice from.
Oh, I'm looking. I see.
It's vile.
I mean,
You don't get it.
okay,
If you
well,
have one after wave.
hold on, let me just that'll get him stop barking. Something-
You see Makayla look behind you and
So
the echoing dog bark,
Yeah.
and then look back at you.
Sorry.
No, I'm laughing.
Is this? Something you need? You said.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure I should go into more detail here, but I would appreciate it if you would all attend.
Hmm.
Strength in numbers and all that.
Should we at least be prepared?
Makayla's eyes, for a second, have a flash of remembering something, and it's oh, is this? Are you still upset about that painting auction? They were the same man, right? I totally forgot
Pastiche
about
forces a weak smile. So you do remember?
that. I had totally forgotten, but I just remembered that was him, right? I mean,
Pastiche nods enthusiastically. Yes, yes. the very same.
Oh, well.
And I figure the more guests he has to attend to, the more opportunity there will be. You know, while he's distracted.
Mm-hmm. And is this painting? Makayla almost looks like. I mean, no, that's me, not Makayla. Makayla would say, "Is this painting more pressing than?" But now Makayla looks around.
Perception check, please.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact.
There.
The flames.
You notice that the echoing dog bark has faded away, so something has certainly shifted as far as the atmosphere. But the only intruder to your conversation is the now rapidly spinning monster near you.
It's spinning in all three axes, by the way, at once.
Whoa.
Becoming even stronger.
Sorry. Is this more important than why we're here? The flames of rebirth.
There's no reason we can't do both.
Twig is right. This shouldn't take long. It's just a quick dinner. We'll be in and out in no time.
For one is Makayla's
Fine.
call.
Fine. But better be quick. And it better not get caught.
I would never.
I think that's my cue for Pastiche. Will you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yeah.
The save is -2.
Okay.
So wisdom save -2.
Let's see. Do this. Save.
Thanks a bunch.
Oof.
Solid 7.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Continue. Nothing happens. You don't know you're making a save.
Okay. Pastiche will kind of turn back. And of course, Chuman, Xalia, you two are welcome as well.
Xalia is spinning her imp.
Yeah, you see Zayla just has an elongated finger.
Tate imp.
Just spinning it with a flick of her wrist.
I shall accompany. I have no other plans as of now. Just do not bring more trouble than we have already on our hands.
I'm certain it will be no trouble at all. Anyway, we'd better get to that meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, especially if we have a dinner afterwards to go to. Okay, that would start walking again. Not the most, clearly not excited to go to, a fancy rich person's dinner.
Uh huh.
But we'll do it for a friend.
Mhm.
We're all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We're all. Unless I'm happening.
I think we'd just be going to the lobby, trying to find.
Oh, there's something happening, alright. There's a spinning ooze monster. It has spun into a veritable vortex, almost creating its own... No, it's not. It's just a magical image. So as you all maneuver around the academy further, you don't run into any more mishaps. You do end up back at the office.
Whoa.
There, Shreka is her nose in a book. Big.
Thalia's gonna show her spinning imp.
Look what I got.
Just be carrying her with us the entire time.
It's a minor illusion.
Yeah, you just recast it basically, just bloop, 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 bloop. So as you make your way into this office, there Shreka is sitting, her nose in a book, green scales, big fiery crest going down her neck and her back. She appears to have put on a different outfit. It is now something more formal, something more suit-like. She nods at your arrival. Come on in. And as you walk in, Xalia gallantly shows off her spinning ooze monster. Greetings, welcome back. What's this?
Xalia shows her the spinning imp. She spins it in several new directions. She spins it through the fourth dimension.
Shreka examines it with a -1. Sorry, a natural 1. But it's a 14.
Damn, plus 14. Plus 13.
I gotta get on that level.
She looks at it. It's kind of. She closes her book and smiles. That's pretty good. How long you able to keep that up?
Xalia's gonna keep it up. Increasing the speed. As soon as the spell's about to run out, she'll just recast it as seamlessly as she can manage.
You know, not many of our students are able to conjure a magical image for that long. Xalia was not here before, right?
Correct.
You don't know Shreka? She'll look to Makayla, and she'll ask, "Well, who's this? Is this the one more you mentioned?"
Yes, this is Xalia. I believe I did mention this one.
Great. Xalia, I'm Shreka.
Xalia waves.
I keep order around here, especially when the Merchant King is out of the office, as he was until today. She coughs, and based on her voice, she just has throat problems. Smoker cough, all that kind of thing. Smoker voice. She, like, talking appears to be strained. But she smiles and carries on just the same, Xalia. Well, You sure came quick when I sent you the message that he was back.
Yes, that was the point of... Is that not the intent?
Well, for some reason, I thought you might have dilly-dallied.
I mean... We were just already in the building, luckily, so it didn't take too long.
What fortune. Well, I hope Zozo's been kind to you.
Suppose it has?
Kinder than you could know.
Oh. I'm happy to hear that. Well, follow me. And she puts her book in a drawer, closes the drawer, and then she waves a couple claws toward her, just like 2-4 claws, and she comes around her desk, moves past you all. What's everyone's passive perception?
High.
Not 10.
11.
18.
Dang. Mine's 17.
Alright. Okay. She brushes past you all. And leads you to a brown, kind of like unassuming door. It is behind her office. The door frame is more elaborate than the door itself. The door frame has etchings of gold and crimson, just kind of like flaked into it. The door itself appears to be made of some kind of wood. It has a lever handle. She looks at you all and opens the door. The door opens into an unlit room. She walks forward. Follow me, please.
Please, after you. Nods and follows.
Okay. She moves and leads you all down this room. It is actually a small hallway. It's like a little kind of conjoining hallway where it looks like it was built after the original room was, and it's just been added on. So you move through this room. It's a little dark, but she leaves the door open behind you guys, allowing the room from hers to filter in. And you can see on the table there's like a little candelabra. She doesn't bother lighting it. She just moves past it and opens another door. Looks similar to the first. The entire time she's explaining, Merchant King has definitely chosen to accommodate your audience. I mentioned that you seemed interested in acquiring library cards, so he mentioned that you were to undergo the standard examination that any student goes under for library cards before you meet him.
Well, I mean, I don't think we necessarily need full-on permanent ones. Surely there could be some sort of arrangement made for a temporary, sort of, just a
Vela kind of just is shaking
couple
her head in
days
the background.
Make a persuasion check, Makayla.
if there would be a way to fast track some of the persuasion, fast track some of the processes behind it all, in exchange for simply just a temporary one that would be revoked after a couple of days.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I thought ahead, and I did ask for such a temporary and expedited process. The Merchant King was happy to oblige. This is the expedited process.
I see. Well, thank you. Appreciate whatever haste you could afford us.
She leads you into into this second room, and this room is unlit, dark. So dark, in fact, the tune in your head turns off.
What? How'd you do that?
Shreka smiles knowingly, as if this was intentional and on purpose. You can feel her movement, and you can hear her turning around to face your group. Chuman, you can see in this room. You can see a chair. There's like a pile. Sorry, not a pile. There's like a couple books in the chair. Like one is angled off of the other book. There's like a little towel hanging off the chair. There's a desk with a lot of books and maybe like a couple bottles of liquid. They look like champagne bottles. Like it's that shape. You can see a large crescent-shaped device, Chuman, that looks like it has like plenty of levers and such. There is a huge structure that looks like it has more various laboratory-type accoutrement. There's vials, there's a little mini bulletin board with notes posted on it. There's a shelf above it that has various trinkets. A book, a cup, 2 more cups, a horn, various rounded objects. Around the room are a couple works of art that are not hung up on the wall, but they are merely on the floor leaning against a bookcase. Shreka, Chuman, you can see Shreka move a claw over this crescent-shaped device and slide something. As she does, there's a pop and the sound of a flame, just very, very, very quaint. And this light that comes from it reflects into the crescent shape and then refracts across the rest of the room, and it gives it a particular kind of light where everything is lit and you can see, but it's more of a silhouette. It is more of like an intentionally dim light. And she smiles, little toothy lizard person smile. Well, this is the examination. I will explain the rules. This is a similar examination what every student takes when they arrive here. I take quite pride in administering this part of the examination. For your expedited task, I will let you know that many steps are normal. 17, in fact. For you, only 2. she withdraws 2 keys from her suit coat. There are 2 keys that lead to Merchant King Alma Sonoma's office. His door is locked. I have them both. With her other claw, she withdraws a small wrapped paper, and she flicks it across her chest. Across her lizard scales. Like there's a part of her chest that's bare. She flicks it, it lights, and it begins smoking. And the smoke takes the light from the crescent and it has a sort of amplification on it as smoke fills the room. And she looks to you all. This task does not glorify smoking. However, I have both keys. And yet, she's saying this as she walks over and takes a small, lidded, hinged box. She opens the box and holds it out towards Twig.
Xalia is readying Mage Hand the instant that the keys leave her claws.
Okay. Your task this time is to acquire the first key. She moves the paper, the wrapped paper, the cigarette, to her mouth, and she inhales and then puffs, and she opens the box. And she smiles at you all. I have both keys, and yet I do not have them both. They're constantly traveling, and therefore not in any one space at any one time. She puts in a key, or she puts a key into the box and closes the lid as she breathes out this smoke. The smoke is so heavy, and like the light refracts into it. It kind of like obscures your own forms a bit, and there's like this haze hanging in. You have only one task in your pursuit tonight. Your task is simple, just as magic is simple. This examination is very old magic. The oldest, in fact. Your task, your simple task, do not fail. Failure will result in your path being blocked, the treasure chest closed. She closes the box. You will be expelled from Zozo Academy to a random dune in the desert of Khorzaire, and your journey ends. And no matter how important the reason you are here, she looks at you briefly, Makayla. The reason you are here, I have a question. The question is, she puts the box on the chair. This box is tamper evident. Without tampering with the box, what is inside it? And she puts one key in her suit, and she moves away and leans against the wall, and folds her arms, and watches you all. Your examination begins now. You have 15 minutes to tell me what is inside the box. That is 15 real-time minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And no opening of the box in any way?
Correct. There is no other rule. You have... I suppose you have 3 guesses.
Thalia's gonna magnifying glass at the box.
Okay. You take out your magnifying glass and you observe the air. It's smoky, hazy from the cigarette that Shreka has been smoking. You enhance the features of the box. It appears to be made out of lacquered wood, poison wood, and it has a brass hinge on it. And it is a flush lid with no opening. Your magnifying glass itself does not change, but you enhance the details of the thing. It is very polished, very sanded. It is an expertly made cube.
Okay.
And actually, just as a point of notice, being able to create a box with this flush lid with a hinge is incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to touch the box if we don't open it?
Shreka smiles at you.
She said the only rule was no opening it. Right. And while this is happening, because she fully expects it is, but just to confirm, is going to use detect magic and just look.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic, and you feel out the sense. You put out your feelers. There is...
Look at box, I should say.
Yeah. Interestingly, the only magic in your vicinity is the magical items that you know the auras from on your friends. The rest of this of the room is entirely unmagical. You get no pings.
Huh.
As you do this, Shreka takes a puff of your cigarette and blows more smoke into the room.
No tricks, no magic. But not to say that none can be hidden, I suppose. Any ideas? Looks to people.
Well,
Coming straight to me.
if there are no exceptions, I might take a closer look. Twig's just gonna lightly touch the box, but not pick it up or anything.
Okay. You touch the box. It is wooden feel, very polished, very smooth.
I think then he would pick it up and just look at it from all angles, below and behind, to see if it's completely uniform,
Okay.
besides the hinges.
Investigation check.
Investigation.
I guess in the meantime, Chuman's gonna try to look around the room to see if he notices anything different.
Okay. That's a perception check for Chuman. Twig, as you heft the box, you're not quite sure what you were expecting. You have a box in your hand. You were not sure of its original weight or how it would have changed. As you turn the box, it doesn't make any sound, but you're also not sure if there is any cushion or if it's something that prevents whatever it is inside from moving. It is polished and smooth, and as you touch into the box, you can feel the kind of wood grain, but you're not able to get too much of a sense of what's going on. Chuman,
Okay.
you cast a eye around. It is smoky and difficult to see. As the light from the smoke that Shreka continues to puff out into the room, it makes it a little bit more difficult to ascertain your surroundings, but a strong 22. The only thing that has changed is just the present, because you initially saw it before Shreka modified it with light and smoke. Nothing's changed except for Shreka's position leaning against the wall. She was standing in the middle.
Okay.
Everything is as you originally saw it.
I do. Guess, and not sure what checks, but just like inspecting Shreka herself, like what's like anything seems amiss about her. Like, is she specifically looking at something or someone? Is she
Okay.
something just like anything out of sort on her?
Insight or perception, depending on what you're thinking, or depending on what
I think they're the same for me, so I'll do insight.
Okay.
Whew, 27.
Yeesh, that's pretty good. She is definitely paying a lot of attention to you. She seems to take this seriously. She appears relaxed, but you can see her muscles tense up in her suit. She looks like she's paying attention with every actual fiber of her being. She looks like she's ready. Her eyes are darting between you all. A 27 is very strong. They linger just a little bit more on Twig. She looks at Twig for longer than the rest of you, and then but she's watching, waiting.
I see.
Zalia's gonna try to
She's not
like.
moving. Go ahead, Xalia.
I was gonna try to like grab some smoke in her hands, like shelter it, and see if anything happens. Like cut it off from the rest of the body.
Sure. You grab some smoke, and then like hold it in your hands, and then like peer it away, or shelter it away and look at it. Give me perception.
Okay.
Natural.
Oh.
Alright. You take this smoke away. It behaves exactly as you expect it would as far as regular, inert, non-magical smoke. It also smells vaguely of burning wood. It makes you cough a little bit. You're not used to it. She is smoking an actual cigarette. A natural 20 will also get you the cigarette, even though it is like a natural, non-magical made cigarette. Something else about the smoke, it seems a little bit more dense. Maybe the cigarette's a little bit modified to generate more smoke than normal. Or something like that. Definitely why her voice is like this, and why she has a cough. This is her magic.
Pastiche will take a quick glance around the room and then just sort of pipe up. Shreka, if you don't mind, could I get another look at the key you wield?
A volunteer. Absolutely. However, you have to give it back. And I will know if it is not mine.
Yes, of course. I merely wish to examine it.
Sure. She walks up to you and holds out the key. Or a key.
Pastiche is just gonna take a good look at it.
Yeah, she was over here, so she goes. Boop, boop. Alright, yeah.
Maybe feel it a little bit, see if there's anything weird about the texture.
Okay. The key is soft. Like, you... well, roll me investigation first.
Sure.
You got that for free. Yeah!
Sick.
No.
Alright, it is definitely shiny, given how the light is like coalescing into the smoke, into the fog. That makes everything just like that much more difficult to see. You push down on the key, and like it feels like it's not like hard. It looks like it is definitely made actually out of some kind of like spongy material. It is not. It is not like a very firm key. But that's what you get with an 8 from a natural 1. It's shiny and not hard. She takes it back from you. Running out of time, class.
Zalia's gonna...
And she puts it back into her suit and leans back against the wall. Yes, Zalia?
Magnifying glass at Raikel and her key.
Okay. The magnifying glass does... Perception check, please.
Okay.
You walk up to Raikel and put her under the scope. Yeah, 13. She kind of backs away off, like, from you, and that's, like, it seems put off. She is definitely a lizard person. Your magnifying glass does not change. Your magnifying glass, as you've ascertained by now, only changes under very certain and specific conditions. Raikel does not meet those. She has put away the key, but I imagine you asked to investigate it for a moment.
Yep.
The key it appears to be made out of gold. And it is just a 2-pronged key. It's got like a little kind of clover-shaped handle, and it's just a little tube.
Well.
If anyone has any idea, we could at least bargain a first guess.
To just reconfirm, our only task is to guess what is inside that box.
Wrong. Your only task is do not fail. And she smiles.
Okay. Kind of squint at that.
We are to tell you what's inside the box.
That's what I've asked, yes.
But our goal is to get the key.
Your goal is to not fail, Twig.
Zalia will just kind of stare directly at Raikel, blink for a little bit, and just whisper, "Hey, mystery." Head tilt.
Raikel looks towards you, tilts her head, smiles. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Did you say a mystery is in the box?
Zalia will give her a thumbs up.
She smiles at you. Dusts her hands, or dusts her claws. You had 20 seconds remaining. That is the best answer I have ever heard.
I came up with that 10 minutes ago, but I didn't want to push it.
Correct.
Feels.
At the current point, what is in the box is a mystery to you. That is beyond any doubt. She opens the box and twirls it around. The smoke kind of pilfers out. It's empty. I have a follow-up question. Where is the key that I put in the box? This one you're not time limited on, I'll tell you soon.
Xalia motions to look at the box.
She hands it to you.
He pokes out of the other, like a false bottom or something.
Investigation check.
Okay.
Are we only given 3 answers for this one?
No, sir. You can guess as much as you like, or you can simply ask for the answer. I'll tell you regardless, you've already succeeded. I usually observe that students like coming up with the answer themselves to the follow-up question. At 16, so you poke at the box, pump pump, it makes wooden noises. The hinge is, once again, absolutely perfect. There's no false bottom, there's no false sides, there's no pockets or anything like that. You put your finger in, it doesn't feel any different, like it doesn't feel like a demi-plane or anything like that, because you would notice that shift with an investigation check. It is legitimately an ordinary box with an ordinary lid made out of ordinary wood.
Just because she thinks she's hilarious, she's gonna withdraw with a minor illusion of the key.
She smiles at you. It's not in the box, but where could it be?
I mean,
Where is the key?
was it an illusion?
Believe your smoke has
Put one in
something to do
there
with it.
at all in the first place.
Believe your smoke was part of the key.
Indeed. Chuman wasn't. That is correct. You see, there are 7 aspects of the oldest magic. One of them. Sorry, I didn't start that sentence right. One of them, even the simplest of activities, may be a complex arcane web. This is the reason it is called the Weave. However, the oldest magic does not utilize the Weave. And it is that which we bestow our examination upon. Twig! Could you please show your companions the key? It is in your bag.
Twig, like, starts rifling through his backpack.
There it is. You catch it in the shine of the fog of the smoke. It glinting in this kind of whimsical light. It is in your bag.
I'm not sure if I'm blind or if it's not showing up.
I may have put it on the wrong token.
Okay, there it is. Oh wait, never mind.
Smoke blinds you.
Well, like, he'll produce it for everyone to see.
When did you place that? In Twig.
She takes a long draw from her smoke. He had it from the beginning.
As much as I'd like to take credit for that, I'm not sure even I'm that good.
Well, excellent. The next one. I will perform a series of somatic incantations. She holds up the key and holds up the cigarette, puffs another breath. more smoke fills the area. She puts the she takes the cigarette out of her mouth, puts the key in her mouth, and from it blows another puff of smoke. Smoke fills the area around you. It's now a little bit stifling to breathe, as there is this scent of burning wood, like light tobacco smell in the air, starting to obfuscate many aspects of the room, but at the same time light it up. It's like somebody like put the fog lights on a car in mist. This smoke coalesces around you, and she takes the key out of her mouth and then puts it down her shirt, and then she puts the cigarette back in, takes inhales, and blows the smoke into her hand, and then she holds another key. The spell has no verbal component, or does it? And she puts the key towards Pastiche, but then moves their claw towards Chuman. If you could be so kind as to volunteer.
Sure. And Chuman reaches for the key.
Okay, you take it. She moves around towards towards the bookshelf, grabs a cup, and puts the cup down. Looks at Makayla. This is an empty cup. Can you confirm that for me, please?
Makayla looks in. Is it empty?
Yeah. Check it.
Inspects it.
How do
Looks
you know?
at it with magic.
Okay. Investigate.
Detect magic if it's still up.
Okay. Investigation check 2. Go ahead and cast another detect magic.
Oh, did it run out?
Yeah. 15
okay.
minutes ran out.
Oh, sure. Then never mind. Then if it ran out, then wait. Oh, I have like all my first level spell slots. Yeah, do that. Yeah, so I'll cast again. I'll take a spell slot. And then, yeah, investigation. Sorry. An 11.
Strong 11. Okay. How do you check the cup? Like, is it like do you poke at it, or like just visibly?
I sort of like move up to it and sort of like gesture like it's to like go and pick it up, and says like, "May I?" And then
Go right ahead.
Picks it up. It tries to just feel it. Hold it upside down, etc., etc.
Okay.
The usual. Looks at it tries to sense it for any magic.
Okay. It is not magical. Another ordinary object has been brought to you. And you ascertain that it is indeed empty. There's no bottom. The bottom doesn't like fall away or anything like that. She smiles and offers to take it back.
It is empty.
Excellent.
Bye.
The spell uses multiple material components, and she produces a book and lays it next to the cup. Or does it? She reaches towards Twig And from Twig, she like claws through a couple of your feathers, ruffling them. And Twig, she pulls a lit cigarette. She puffs. Your next task is merely... Where is the key? And she takes the box back from Xalia, closes it, and holds it in front of her and resumes leaning against the wall.
Chuman checks his hand, basically opening it.
In her hand is smoke.
Xalia rattled the box.
So you take the box back from Raikel, you shake the box. There's no sound. Which does, if the key was in here, it definitely would make this clunky sound because there is no like lining or felt or anything. It's just wood.
So he's gonna reach for the key in his own bag already and hold it up. I don't suppose you mean this one?
Nope. That is the first key. We're after the second one.
It's worth a shot.
Good attempt.
Twig, if you'd be so kind to shake your feathers for a moment.
Twig does so. He like stretches out his arms, just wiggles around a bit, making sure there's nothing hidden in his cloak or on his person.
Okay.
On the multitudes of pouches he has.
You check several of your pouches and ruffle, fan out your feathers. No extra keys come out. A couple of your like, you're so covered in like weapons and other accoutrement that all falls to the floor, and you have like a little mini mess at your feet. You drop bookmark.
No.
Your dice spill everywhere.
A question about the tests. Is it... I guess... these keys, are they... do they have a physical lock, therefore, or are they more of a... I guess... metaphorical unlocking of understanding or you know, knowledge that a potential student has to prove that they have.
Both.
This is mainly my own curiosity.
It is both. There is both a physical lock that those keys unlock, and also they do represent the abstract idea of the pursuit of knowledge. That will be on the test, Makayla.
This is the test. No?
Xalia's gonna go try to just open the door physically.
You go over to the far end of the room, move through the smoke. Like the smoke kind of like piles in behind you and wafts behind as you traverse the room. The door does jostle a little bit. It's like a lever handle. You open one door, and there's an immediate second door.
He snickers and then tries that one.
Okay. That one is locked.
She nods.
Shreka, did you not place the key in your shirt?
She raises her eyebrow. At one time.
Well,
But where is it now? These geese, they have a funny way of moving on their own. She pops out
You mean-
a drag a cigarette.
You mean as just like the cigarette?
Indeed.
If I'm not mistaken, would the cigarette not be the second key?
Well, let me see. Hold on.
She looks at Chuman for a moment, her gaze lingering. May I ask how you came about this answer?
Well, seems as if the smoke here is providing sort of a translocation. At least it moves certain objects around. So I am not well versed on how it works, but it seems that the type of smoke your cigarette exudes seems to be much different from what I'm accustomed to.
Shrinka puts the box on top of the chair. That, like, on top of one of the books on the chair. She moves towards you. And she moves her claw to your hand and holds your hand in, like, cupped in her claw, so like one on the top, one on the bottom, and then turns your hand upside down to where it's palmed up, and she smiles. The smoke is not magical. However, you may have my cigarette. And she brings her claws away, and in your palm is a lit cigarette. Sorry, an unlit cigarette.
Human stares at the cigarette for a second. I see.
Huh. If these tests are more open to interpretation, Pastiche, you gotta... Sorry, this is the same key... Sorry. This is the same key that you showed Pastiche, correct? That is the key we are being asked to locate.
It would be.
I hand Pastiche my creation spell scroll. Do you think you could simply make another one?
Pastiche.
You got a good look at it, right?
Pastiche is going to, like, take a quick glance at the scroll.
It's the creations. I can link. I don't know if I can link the scroll in the chat. I don't want to use it. I'm just gonna put it in the chat. And the creation link is there.
I did get a good look at it. I could certainly try.
Question is the smoke. There's not more of it since she gave me the unlit cigarette, right?
No. No smoke emanates from the unlit cigarette. Shrika does. Like, she is always puffing. She is always puffing on a cigarette. So
Right.
she's maintaining the amount of smoke in the room.
Though there are now 2 cigarettes.
There is. One in her mouth and one in your hand.
The question was simply, where is the second key? Well, if we were to make one, a replica of it, well, we would have an answer.
She smiles. Would that not be a third key instead of where is the second key?
In the middle of this, Chuman is just gonna.
Are all the... Oh, go ahead.
Alright, I was gonna say, in the middle of it, Chuman was going to walk up to the locked door and just examine it.
Okay. There are 2 locks. The door is made out of wood. This area, the dim light doesn't really go in, so you're looking at it at a grayscale. You're not sure what color it is, but its arrangement looks similar to the one that you opened the one that Shreka opened to get to this study. It has a lock on the left and a lock on the right.
I would argue that if the key's purpose is to unlock a specific lock, if they are identical, then in that function, then it is the second key, just not the same second key.
Shrika shrugs, like, exaggeratedly. She puts her hands up in the air and, like, shrugs her shoulders. You only have one task.
In the middle of this, Chuman's gonna get a closer look at both of the locks, see if they're like any different from each other.
Okay. They are exactly the same. They are your standard stereotypical cartoon key lock look, where it's a like a hole and then like a triangle kind of looking thing. You can see into the next room, actually. You can peer in and look at the next room. There are a ton of books. And a couple candles on a very large table, a large like desk. That's probably all you get from your afforded view through a keyhole.
While Chuman's doing that, Pastiche is going to attempt to use the creation scroll.
Okay. Let's see here. Creation is a 5th level spell. Go ahead and make a Arcana check.
Arcana?
Well, that
Isn't it?
Is it not an intelligence ability check? Or...
Oh wait, let me double check our rules because we have different rules for this.
Oh, okay.
copier must succeed on a DC 15 intelligence or Arcana check.
Yeah, that's the actual rules. We have slightly different spell rules.
Oh, right, we can't cast it.
Apply the difficulty class roll.
Next
or
level,
the
you get
higher
level
than you have
spell.
spell slot soar. Okay, yeah, it is a check.
Okay.
Yeah, an ability check using your spellcasting modifier. So yeah, intelligence. Roll an intelligence check.
While that's happening, Chuman's just gonna stick the non-lit cigarette into one of the locks.
Okay. As you push the cigarette into the lock, simultaneously, Pastiche begins reading off of the scroll. And Pastiche, as you're citing the incantation, like the magical words on this magic paper, the fire flares up off of the paper and it begins melting and incinerating the parchment that you have. Unfortunately, there is no effect. We did not meet the DC.
Mm-hmm.
So just and nothing happens, Pastiche. For the first time, you have cast a spell and nothing has happened. It's a little unnerving. You're not quite sure what's going on. Chuman, Pastiche, maybe to the front of everybody else. Chuman, you're putting the unlit cigarette into the door. The wrapping of the cigarette kind of scrunches up and peels off, and you hear a atypical unlocking noise.
Well then, Chuman's gonna open a door. Let's see if it could open.
What's that?
It opens.
I believe that was our answer. Cigarette.
Oh.
Shreykoff smiles.
And that's
Once again. Had it from the beginning.
Pastiche. We'll just sort of look at Makayla. I'm sorry, I don't think it worked.
it's alright. It was a shot.
On the bright side, it seems Chuman has our answer.
Yeah. That spell seemed rather niche anyway, so I'm not particularly distraught that it was lost. No effect. But honestly, it might not have been an acceptable answer anyways.
Shreykoff smiles, nods at, she doesn't nod, she just smiles at Makayla and Pastiche. We'll never know now, but
Suppose we won't.
that is alright. For you have indeed passed the examination. You have not failed, you have only succeeded. Well done. You have one more. Let's catch up with your friend. And she gives a beckoning claw and moves towards Chuman and, well, I guess, and Xalia, who are at the next door that is now open.
Yeah, we'll move to the next room.
Blow like butter.
Alright. The smoke wafts into this next office as she guides you all in and closes the door behind you. And that prevents more smoke from entering this office. In this one is this is a large office, fit for a giant. There are books that go further than what the ceiling of the previous rooms should allow. There are a number of lit candles barely illuminating the area, allowing it this dim light to kind of see what's going on. The bookshelves go sky high. Many, many books lined with scrolls, parchments, tomes. There's a pedestal that has this immense open manuscript on it with a little ribbon down the center. In front of you is another regular office desk with a couple candles and a potted plant. And the candles illuminate a very simple hat. It looks like a larger kind of hat where the part that would rest on your head is a little too deep. It's a top hat. That by itself is resting on the desk with the candles and everything like that. The last part of the examination is a summoning ritual where you will summon Merchant King Alma Sonoma. However, to do this is not something that I should do. It is something of a passing of the torch, so that you too can utilize the oldest magic. I have shown you examples thus far. Take it to heart, and remember what I said, kid, where that extra bit would be on the test. Pastiche.
Yes?
She looks at you. She appears to be... She licks her lips, and then shakes her head. Never mind. Xalia, was it?
Xalia waves.
Shreka moves towards you and beckons you toward her. Please take one step. You will be the volunteer for this one.
Xalia takes a very elongated step.
Pastiche takes a very small step.
Shreka brushes her suit and holds up two claws, like a thumb and forefinger claw, touching.
Xalia does the same.
Touching together. If you could give this area that I am holding in my thumb and forefinger a blow. Blow with all your might. Blow with your desire to see the Merchant King.
Xalia is going to extend her lips and give herself some extra lung volume.
That happens.
And you, as requested, it's going to come out as a hiss, but yeah.
Okay. When you blow on Shreka's fingers, or claws, out the other side shoots almost like a streamer, just as you push forward your air creates this. It is a long tube, painted tube. It is black in the middle, white on the ends. It juts out of her claws, and Shreka twirls it between her digits before grasping it and handing it to you.
Xalia, been around a few times.
Shreka, this large, hulking, muscly lizard woman, smiles, gives like a little head bow. Now then, if you would be so kind as to summon Merchant King Alma Sonoma. And she bows and
Xalia will bow back.
and gestures her right arm towards the hat. You give it a tap.
He will do that. Tap, tap right on it, grab it, and then pull it open. Like, tap the hat, grab it, spin it up, and just reach inside.
Okay. As you do this, Shreka moves back and leans against the wall behind the party. And the music changes. As you tap the wand on the top of the top hat, there is an immediate booming voice that interrupts the rest of your actions. It echoes around the room. This booming, deep voice, full of power. Who dares summon me so close to my return?
Xalia minor illusions, just in the air, Xalia. Just red text in the smoke.
Yeah, and the lingering smoke that managed to waft into the room, you write your name in the air, Xalia. Xalia. I know this name well. You
He waves.
are a student of the arcane arts, traveled far. You have been selected as the volunteer for the summoning. Tell me, have you learned aught in your journey to meet me? Tell me of your greatest discovery, your treasure trove of knowledge, and let it be judged. There's a vibration around the room as it shakes, as if punctuating the sentence.
Xalia's kind of sitting there, blinking, internally questioning. She'll pull out the whisper. And, like, tentatively drop it hilt first into the hat.
Let's see. When you do that,
If she was verbal, she'd say, "Wait." The question would be, "Wait, do you mean in like specifically since doing this test, or like in general?" But she's not.
No, what happened? What happens is something very funny. As you pick up the hat, as the vibrations in the room finish shaking, you pick up the hat. You take out Soot Whisper, look at it, and then, as if an offering to the hat, you plunk it down. There is a...
Hilt first.
There's a bonking noise. and then like a quick... Ow! And the music changes. As a fluttering of wing flaps enters the room. And out flies Merchant King Alma Sonoma. The Raven that you helped traverse the skies.
Xalia waves.
Human chuckles underneath his breath.
What is the meaning of this? Why have you harmed me? You weren't supposed to drop anything in there. You're supposed to simply answer the question.
She points to the dagger, and then just minor illusions, like a short list of all the things she's learned about it right next to it.
What have you clobbered me with? What is this?
Minor illusion change to just Soot Whisper.
Okay. You're minor illusioning like a list of things that you've learned about it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The Raven, like, is an orb of bird right now. He's still got, like, it's black plumage, golden feathers interweaved with his normal feathers. It's still clasping the like this little trinket in its beak as it rapidly reads your list as you are rapidly conjuring it, and looks at and nods, like bird twitch going everywhere. This is your greatest discovery? I was expecting something profound or something abstract. I suppose this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. I'm not offended. Sure, do whatever you want. Everyone else does.
They look kind of petulant.
This is interesting, though. It's almost as if it doesn't belong. It pecks it with its beak.
She's gonna take Soot Whisper back.
I was... Fine. Fine. Chirps.
Takes her tongue out.
I mean, you were the one saying it wasn't really what you wanted in the first place. So. Yeah.
Why you?
Take her other tongue out.
Shrikon, did these people really pass the examination, or are they just bully you into letting them in? Shrikon just looks and shrugs and smiles. They're here, boss.
Are you... And I'm not asking this because... whatever. Are you... truly... which is King Alma?
Yes, who else would I be? Not everyone can get into the study. I am Merchant King Alma Sonoma, and you will be good to refer to me by my proper title from now on. Yes, let me hear it. One more. Turns his beak up in the air and closes his eyes.
The reason... you... didn't introduce yourself as such.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear
The
you.
multiple times we met you, Merchant King Alma Sonoma.
Yes, that's more like it. Well, what do you think would happen if I went around traipsing, hello, yes, I'm Merchant King Alma Sonoma, telling everyone my name to whoever would hear? I'd be accosted constantly. I would get no research done. Of course, I kept my name not on the tip of my tongue. Raven is fine. If you were famous, if you were literally the Merchant King, you would probably do so too. I don't see a reason why you would.
We could have been having this discussion on our flight here earlier today. Well, whatever.
Yes. Well,
It's
I do.
your nation,
congratulate you all.
your rules, literally.
I do congratulate talks over you. I do congratulate you all on passing the examination. Well done. We've had to turn away some few students who are not able to see through Shreka's. She calls it old magic. I call it silly. Theater presentation. Well done. Yes, truly. Congratulations. Well, have a seat. Come. I imagine we have many things to discuss.
Makayla kind of like
They're gonna walk up and just
pinches
stretch
the
him.
bridges for now.
You unhand me. Wait, no. Yes, this is good.
Just gonna continue doing this as the conversation unfolds.
Yes.
Makayla pinches the bridge of her nose and like
Yes.
clearly
Continue.
like frustrated. Yes, yeah, we do. We have much to discuss.
This
It
is
is
why I remember your name.
Good to see you again, Merchant King.
Ah, yes, you as well. Pastiche, and Twig, and Chuman, and Makayla. Welcome all to my study. And to Zozo, indeed. It's certainly a jewel of the desert, as one might say. You've already met Shrey Ka, my advisor.
Indeed.
Yes. These squitches are great.
Alright, well,
I wish for you to never stop.
to get down to business, we are here requesting a library card, or at least a temporary version of one, some sort of just temporary passage, so we may get to the roof of this academy and, well, to light the brush there.
Certainly. As passing the examination, you have all learned it. It's not something I would keep from you. However, I am currently enjoying myself. He leans into the riches from Xalia.
Xalia pulls out her own temporary library card.
When you pull this out, it is actually a blank index card.
She kind of squints at it.
It is featureless. Smells faintly of paper. There's no writing on it, no etching. Like a blank little kind of business card looking thing.
She keeps glaring at it.
Yes, that's the spot.
Are you still? Are you like scratching the
Yes,
bird while you're
with
also
one
looking?
hand.
Okay. Well, when you are finished,
I'm afraid it might be some time.
Fortunately, I'm afraid time isn't rather short for us.
Oh! Well, forgive me then. Indeed, you want library cards, yes? That will grant you access to assisted... Excuse me, I'm a bird. Sometimes I fool on my S's. That will allow you access to assisted-only sections. What need have you to go there? If that's your only task, it sounds like you do not wish to be a student of Zozo, to which brings a tear to my eye, I should say.
well,
For instance, this one I would love to have as a close classmate and understudy. Yes, please continue, Scritch.
I do not speak for the party, but you are correct in my account. How much do you know? How much do you know of the history and the exact nature of the brazier on the roof of this academy?
Is there a brazier on the roof of the academy?
I take that as your answer.
I would think I would
Apparently
know,
there is.
seeing as I spend most of my time here.
Do you? I wouldn't. Honestly, I don't know. I've only seen you in a completely different nation, actually.
The bird
But-
kind of like tilts its head and looks, and then chirps. Perhaps I do not spend most of my time. I am often busy doing research. No arguing with me, please.
Well,
You wound me by not desiring to be a student, but that is okay. Sure. As far as what I do know, I have only is a strong word. Let's not use that word. I know much and more about what goes on in the world. I'm commonly out on research, as you yourselves have learned firsthand. And Merchant Queen Khorzaire has taught me many things once she brought me around. Look, if I were to boast, and I dislike boasting about myself, I am the smartest of all birds. And I am an extremely powerful magical wizard, magician. He looks at Twig. I can cast and even manipulate the arcane weave more strongly and more powerful than all of you put together. I'll have you know.
amazing.
I do not doubt
strong
that, Your
bird.
Grace.
And I know many things. I live in a library. Ha, do I know anything about Khorzaire? I wrote the history section.
Okay, well,
And you should
and then
know.
surely you know about the flames of rebirth. And
No arguing.
that was not an argument. That was really
Merely a question.
a invitation for you to
To grace us
invitation
with
for you
your
to
knowledge.
grace us with your knowledge of its history.
Make a persuasion check.
Simply trying to gauge how much you already know about the subject of the matter we're here.
Another 27? You're just
Yeah,
pumping these out.
Pretty good at them, and I'm mostly.
Alright. The bird looks at you, tilts its head. You're not sure if it's to get a better scritch spot for Xalia or if it's projecting an emotion towards you.
They're just bird head movements, you know?
Yeah, just bird. There's a gyro in there. For predators and birds, it's a gyro. I get a boon for that on the next D20 I roll. The bird looks at you, blinks a bit. I'm sorry, what was your question?
Just simply, how much do you know about the flames of rebirth, the history of Phoenix on this continent?
Merchant King Alma Sonoma, the smartest of all birds, looks around at each of you. I need everybody to roll me a charisma check. Xalia rolls it with advantage.
Good. He needs it. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, charisma check? Just straight charisma?
Straight charisma.
Oh, it's in the attributes now. I see.
Yep.
It is no longer a
He was
separate tab.
just busy chuckling at the entire thing.
Okay. Alright. Bird looks all, like, takes you all in, appraises you. Makes a little cooing bird noise. Sure. I am aware that Phoenix has flown the coop. Perhaps he is also conducting research. That's what I would do if I was not at my roost. I am aware of fires around Khorzaire, some kind of legend. But before I go on, I have a question for you. If you wish to know more, if you wish to earn your library cards, there is the third test. And I have the pleasure of administering it, proctoring, if you will. It's a simple question. Are you ready for the question? I will tell it to you.
Looks like you're...
Xalia, thumbs up.
Anyone may
Is it
answer.
so?
It is not. Oh, splendid. Well, it is a simple question. It's one suitable for those who are in pursuit of information. If the question is simple, I know I've built it up a lot by now. Forgive me. The question is much less theatrical than I am being at the moment. If knowledge is the treasure chest, then the only key to it must be it's a fill in the blank.
Curiosity.
Ho ho!
That was an accidental link.
Give this one a medal and a diploma right away, I should say. Welcome, Twig, to Zozo Academy.
And Twig, like, pops up with pride a little bit. Thank you. It's an honor.
Other side.
Now, scritchy fingers, I'll be right back. The bird hops away on the desk, bends down, opens a drawer with its beak, and pulls out, and like clamps on, and then hops back over a book. Just little bloop, 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 bloop. Little bird hop noises, and spills from its beak a couple of small business card looking things. And It holds one of them, taps one of them in its talons, and hops once towards Twig. And Twig, you are quizzed. Now, Twig, as a citizen of Durlusk, you are hereby presented a library card. This allows you access to all university and college archives, in addition to functioning as an identification card. If you ever accosted and you need to prove that you are indeed a student here, it is your form of identification. Does that make sense?
Twig nods.
Great. Now, what would you like to major in?
Well, what are my options?
Well, you have the many schools of magic, which are abjuration, evocation, conjuration, all of those. You can pursue your own destiny with a different school of magic. You can do something entirely different. I believe there are several classes going on, such as snack. There are painting. There are people who are using art as magic around. There are people who are eschewing all of that in favor of martial prowess. There are also those who seem to call themselves spell mages or battle mages, something like that, and they're attempting to weave those into it. They have weird stances. They look weird. But who am I to judge?
But do they look cool?
The bird rolls insight. Yes. I would say so, that they look cool. Wouldn't you agree, Shreyka? I wasn't prepared for the second opinion, but they look pretty cool when they're all stanced up. Sometimes they say this is the stance. It seems a little confusing, but...
Stance. Okay, but like nods at that, I guess.
I suppose they would know, wouldn't they? I would be interested in learning more about that.
Great. I'll jot your major down as Arcanist.
Xalia's gonna look at the bird with the magnifying glass.
Okay. While the Raven is busy with Twig, you pull out your magnifying glass. The horns on your magnifying glass apparate like flap, like they there's a feathery effect, just and they turn into golden feathers. Then there's another one in the middle that the middle horn looks like a cresting lizard crest, similar to Shreyka. It looks like that, and there's like a whimsical magic aura, like similar to Shreyka's smoke. Like it looks like a wispy thing. Like it is not Shreyka's smoke, but there's this wispy kind of fog around the feathers. As you examine the raven with your with your magnifying glass, there's something screwy about this bird.
No way.
But you've probably already had first-hand experience. You can see the detail on his feathers.
True.
Glossy.
Very important.
The golden ones definitely are part of its plumage. It's not like they were dyed or changed or anything like that. Or like added in. It's just a genuine raven that has genuine gold feathers sometimes. It continues on with Twig. Now then, have you already any magical spells or incantations to declare? It is part of your library card, you see. Let me explain fully. You see, on this library card, it prominently displays your name and your major, as you can see now, and also on the card, like there's like it looks like it was done with a flourish, the name Twig, and below it and to the right is Arcanist. The bird continues. Hidden behind a magical aura is other information. The details about kind of what you're on about, and new contributions of how to manipulate the arcane weave, spells you've devised, your accomplishments in Pursuant. Is a basic way of saying it. Anyone can learn it by casting a detailed, discerning magic on the card. Most commonly referred to as an identify spell.
Well, I've picked up a few things here and there. Yes. How would I record them onto the card?
Give it a flick, and think about the discoveries that you've achieved.
Twig does so, thinking of the spells taught to him by Zom and the ones he's picked up by himself over the course of this adventure.
When you flick it, there is a splash of magical glitter that sparks through the air and they wave around before dissipating. You feel like you've registered the thing, and you now have in your inventory a library card.
Nice.
You also notice that the golden key is missing.
Oh.
You look behind at Raikel, and she's just catching it in her hand.
Damn, she's good. Now, will that card work for all of us? Or do we each need one individually?
Not at all. They're a one-to-one. You seem like you're volunteering next, Makayla. What would you like to declare as your major? You look like you have all of the wisdom to share. Bird coos towards you.
Sorry, but I'm really as I said, my reasons for being here are not academic, and I do not think it fit to claim any sort of major.
Don't put yourself down like that. Surely you've been around the block a couple times?
More than you know. Or perhaps you do know.
Bird clacks his beak. Make a history check.
Mm-hmm. Makayla, like, very clearly kind of gives a look at the bird, is sort of like wondering, like, how old is this? Like, are you?
The bird, the raven coyly clacks its beak at you, and as you delve into the annals, the labyrinth of your mind, trying to recall, you have always heard the name Alma Sonoma as the Merchant King of Durlesk. There has not been a time where it was different. The only time where the name Alma Sonoma has reigned over Durlesk was when it was vacant.
I'd like to imagine, like, Makayla would actually no, it'd be fine. It would make sense that Makayla wouldn't, like, assume anything would be necessarily weird about that, considering, you know, herself. You've served quite a long time, haven't you?
And there's still more to learn, wouldn't you know it?
Well, there's always more to discover, right?
Quite right. I see you coming around to the idea. Splendid. He shoves a business card towards you. As you look down at it, the name Makayla is being etched on with in some unseen light, etching your name into it. And he pushes cards towards everyone else.
Xalia grabbed one.
As everyone receives their library card. Xalia, you pick yours up. Your light's like kind of spooky looking, like it's more ghosty. Everyone gets a library card.
Huzzah!
It's in your inventory. You can do whatever you like with it. You can write down cool stuff. Use it as like a note-taking device. You can just write on business cards. Look, you have a thing. It's cool. It now lets you do cool stuff. Identification card, indeed. And the Raven continues. Well, I am sure that we have indeed much to discuss. Thank you for continuing with the formality. You see, I like to do things one at a time. You finish the examination, you have a reward. We have to get that out of the way first. So, I hear. What's this about the brazier? You mentioned something about you have some kind of envelope from that mischievous Khorzaire who allowed you to commandeer my ship?
Yeah, indeed. Here, guys. Hands it over.
Yes. Let me see.
Was told to bring to you. She seemed. Lady Khorzaire seemed rather amused by the idea of letting you know it was her.
Plus, it was not commandeering. If anything, we were accompanying you.
I do not know why she finds it so amusing, but I understand. I do thank you for your assistance. Your piloting, being part of the crew, definitely helped out. You made it here without any difficulties. That was lovely. I would love to do it again as soon as possible. I'll begin creating another vessel. Vessel. What a funny word. Vessel. It says it over and over again. Vessel. Vessel. Be constructing another one soon. Where it will go, I'm not sure, but we can fall in style anywhere. We can fly. Anyone can fly. It seems like it's gotten off topic. Talks about that for a moment, but sorry. Task at hand. Yes, I'm not sure why she finds it so amusing, but I am indeed indebted to her. We share admiration for Merchant Queen Khorzaire around here. That's why the place is named such, after all. Well, my things are her things, unfortunately. So and having met you firsthand and worked with you, I would love to assist you. What's this thing about you need to get on the roof to light a fire? I don't think there's anything on the roof. The roof is flat. I can fly. However, I would love to hear your story, and we can work through this together. Please, have a seat, and have some refreshments. Raikel, will you bring us refreshments? Right on, boss. Excellent, thank you. She's such a dear. And as you begin communicating your story to the Raven King? Merchant King Alma Sonoma, this common raven who is anything but a common raven. That's where we're on tonight's session.